Hey there, awesome people. I am Brooke Summer, and you are listening to Business Straight Up, the podcast for creative entrepreneurs to learn, connect, grow, and build the business and life that they dream of. Welcome, let's get going and dive right in. Well, hello there, awesome business owners. How you doing? Okay, y'all, I was trying to do something a little different in my episode today, and it just sounds funny, so I'm just going to go with my goofy self. But I wanted to chat with you a little bit. I've been recording podcast stuff all day, so my throat might be a little hoarse, but I wanted to talk a little bit about WPPI. Coming up. It is less than a month away now. And if you don't know or you haven't heard, I will actually be teaching there Tuesday morning, bright and early at 8 a.m. So come on over. Let's talk about some marketing stuff. And I am happy to help you with your marketing plan for 2020 and beyond. But with that knowledge, I wanted to talk about the reasons that you should go to WPPI. It's so funny. I feel like everyone has a different reason for going. And quite frankly, it's just going to the classes is not really my thing. It's not because they're not amazing. It's not because there's not so much to learn there. It's just that I sit in the hotel ballrooms, conference rooms, and I just feel uncomfortable, and I'm sitting there trying to take notes. I can't sit in the way that I feel. And actually, funny story, at a different conference last year before the class, I was doing yoga at the front of the room, kind of off to the side, and the instructor came in, Lori Poole, and she actually asked me, "Are you doing yoga? Because I really want to join you, but I can't right now," which was great. So classes are not really my thing, but I do want to go over 3 reasons that you should be attending WPPI. So I'm going to share a story with you first. Back when WPPI was at the MGM Convention Center, most of us stayed at the MGM Signature, which is kind of like this sister hotel that's attached to the MGM, but it does not have a casino. And the reason that matters is because the smoke really bothers me. So MGM Signature was perfect for me, and they had a really strict rule where you could not check in until 2 o'clock. So many of us that arrived at like 12:30 sat in the lobby for an hour, and we're just sitting around and talking and sitting around and waiting. And I got a phone call from my mom. My son was with my mom, and he had just played the championship basketball game, and they won. And I was so excited. She told me this. I was excited, and I cheered in the hotel lobby, and this guy that I didn't know was sitting next to me, and he said, "Oh, what happened? That sounds exciting." And I explained to him what happened, that it was a basketball tournament, and my son had just won the championship game. We started talking about our kids and the different sports that they're involved in and all the games that we go to and the practices and everything that's involved in that season of life. And it was so funny because at the time, I was actually a wedding photographer. And at the end of this conversation, he looked at me and goes, "You know what? I'm so sorry. I didn't get your name." And I stuck out my hand and I said, "I'm Brooke Summer." And he goes, "Oh my gosh, it's so nice to meet you. I'm Mike Cologne." Well, for anyone that does not know who Mike Cologne is, it was basically a celebrity moment for me. It was, I think, 2012 or 2013. I was so excited that I had just had this conversation with Mike Cologne, completely not photography related. We were talking about our kids. And when he gave me his name, I sat there going, yeah. It was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. I could not string together a coherent sentence to save my life at this point. The reason that I wanted to share that story with you, other than the fact that it was kind of embarrassing, I thought you might be able to relate, is because that is my first reason, and possibly the most important reason, that you should be attending WPPI. Not just to meet Mike Cologne. I don't know if he still goes to WPPI, but the point is you get to learn from, see, and meet the people that you look up to most within the photography industry. Why does that even matter? Because when you get to be around these people, you'll realize that they are just human beings like everyone else, doing the best they can in life. And if they can do it, you can too. They are not an exception to some rule that says that only some people can be successful. They learned the lessons they needed and implemented them into their own business. They embraced the tools they learned about and used them to reach the people they want to work with. They aren't unicorns. They aren't some mythical creature. They are real. And if they can be successful in their businesses, you can too. I remember my first 2 years attending WPPI. Oh my gosh, not only Mike Colon, I would walk past Bob and Don Davis in the lobbies as I'm passing through. I've taken selfies with Jen Rosenbaum, who is now a friend, and Kate Scaglione and Natalie Kita, and all of these amazing boudoir photographers and gorgeous women are friends of mine, and I'm so blessed to be able to call them friends. Jasmine Starr said hi to me, which was like crazy huge for me. I was the girl that followed Jasmine Starr around and wanted to learn everything I could from her. I was in line for coffee and Sal Sincata was, I can't remember if he was in front of me or behind me or we were just waiting. I don't know. But I saw him there and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. Justin and Mary, I went to one of their talks. It was a platform thing where they gifted a trip to Disney for a family that was in the military and really needed that trip. And I remember standing in line to go to this class because this was before you could just like walk in. So we're standing in line outside and they're handing out Play-Doh. And I actually have a picture of the Play-Doh. I'll put it in the show notes of this. I got to meet Sue Bryce for the first time. And I realized that some of these names may not be very active in the photography community anymore, and that's fine. But the point is that there are other names that are. There are people that you likely look up to. There are people that you want to learn from. There are people that you have been following because you think their work is amazing and that you think they're so smart and you are just all in to learn from them, to meet them, so that you can start to implement some of those things into your own business. And the reality is that they're human. They are human just like you. And they learned and they took what they learned and put it into action just like you can. And going to WPPI, that is the number one thing that I learned and took away from WPPI that has affected me so much in my business. Being able to see these amazing humans that I had put on a pedestal for so long and to see that they're human and if they can do it, I can too. And I say this with love. I'm not putting down any of them. They are all amazing artists and business people, but you can be too. They're not unicorns. They're human. We all are. You can do it just like they can. So, reason number 1, get your ass to Vegas so that you can be around these people. You also have the opportunity to elevate yourself when you see what's possible, when you're inspired and you know what someone is doing in your business. It inspires you to do it for yourself. So that is huge as well. And a big part of that is coming home and then spending some time going through what you learned so that you can implement it in your own business so it's not forgotten or just kind of put aside because day-to-day crap weighs you down. So if you didn't listen to the last podcast episode, when it comes to my tips for WPPI, episode 30, you'll want to check that out. It is at businessstraightedup.com/030. It will give you a ton of tips and tricks, and it'll walk you through setting up some time afterwards so that when you meet all of these amazing people, you can say, oh, I remember that this person said this, and I want to learn more about that so that I can implement it in my business and hopefully see some of the success that I know that they've had. So, reason number 1, probably the biggest, probably the most important. It was definitely the most impactful piece of WPPI in my business, but I want to encourage you to head over to Vegas, even if you're like, I wasn't planning on going, Brooke, and now I am. I will put my link for WPPI in the show notes. You can actually get 15% off a platform pass or a free expo pass too. So I'll put my link in the show notes. If you weren't going and now you're like, okay, Brooke, you talked me into it, sign up. I'll put the link in the show notes and let's get together and chat. Cool? Cool. Okay. Reason number 2 is making new friends. I talked about earlier, Jen Rosenbaum, Kate Scaglione, Natalie Keita, Misty Simone. There are so many people that I don't get to see regularly. They live in different states, but we are part of masterminds. We're part of higher level groups where we can talk about some of the things that we encounter when it comes to running your business. There are some things that can be very frustrating, and you may try to talk to your husband about it, and he's like, yeah, I don't get it. It is crazy valuable to have those friends that understand, to have a community around you that will lift you up and encourage you when you're frustrated. And WPPI is an amazing place to meet up with some of these friends. I do want to recommend that you reach out beforehand, because WPPI, it can get crazy busy. There's parties, there's classes, there's so many things going on that if you don't reach out beforehand, you may get home and be like, oh, I so miss this person. I should have said something. So I want you to make a list of 3 people that you'd like to meet while you're at WPPI and see if you can reach out to them and connect with them. I will forewarn you that sometimes people are really, really busy at WPPI, so please don't let it hurt your feelings if the answer is no. Most likely it's not personal. They just may not have time. But it can't hurt to ask, hey, I see your class is at 8. Can I bring you a coffee 15 minutes beforehand and just chat with you for a little bit? I know I would say yes because 8 o'clock is rough. But just reach out and ask. It can't hurt. The worst they can say is no. And the answer to any unasked question is always no. And if you don't ask, you're in no worse place than you were before you asked, right? So number 2 is making new friends, making connections. I can't even tell you how many people that I have been at a club with. I can't understand a word they're saying because the big parties are difficult for me. I like to be able to talk to people. So when we're at the big club parties, they're not my favorite, but I have had a lot of fun dancing with people that I only know by sight, and we just have a ton of fun. And then those pictures can be fun later too. I have some pretty funny selfies. So get out of your comfort zone, reach out and make some new friends, head to WPPI and connect with people because it matters. Finally, reason number 3, and this is I'm sure what everyone is thinking about, any reason to party, right? Oh my gosh, y'all, this is a business trip. It's a write-off with an excuse to go party. We work hard every day so that we can play hard. And this is the time to play hard. So get your ass to Vegas, go sign up for some parties. Cocktails can be they're not really my thing in Vegas, and I've just seen some stories. So if you drink, that's cool. If not, that's fine too. But go have some fun. Go to the parties, enjoy yourself, and reach out to me. Let's see if we can get together because I would love to party with you as well. I hope that this has been informative for you, and I actually have a few other of the WPPI instructors that have added some input into this episode. So they have actually recorded some of their reasons to attend WPPI, some tips and some things that they wanted you to know. So we're going to add that into this episode right here. But as always, if you have any questions or if there's anything that I can help you with, any questions that I can answer about WPPI or anything else, please let me know. Head on over into the Business Straight Up community. You can find it at businessstraightup.com/community, and I am happy to answer any questions that you may have. I can't wait to see you in Vegas. We are a short 3 weeks away right now, so come on down to Vegas. Let's chat and have some fun. Have a great day, and we'll talk soon.
Hi, it's Christine Tremolay here. You can find me online at www.gochristine.com. And as I was thinking back over all of the years that I've attended WPPI, I've been going since 2008. And I was thinking about it, what have I gotten out of it over the years? And I've gotten so much out of it. The thing that I would recommend, if you are an established business owner, I hear a lot of people will resist that they don't think that they should attend because they've been in business for 5 or 10 years. And that they think that everything that's happening is really for people that are new in business and don't know things. But WPPI has changed so much. And I think as an established business owner, it's awesome to attend because sometimes you might learn new things like new trends, but it's also great to go, to be inspired, to be reminded of things that maybe you knew early on, but maybe you haven't been putting into practice, help you increase like your productivity tips, maybe add some tweaks to your workflow that might make things better for your business. There's so many different things that you can pick up and then take home and implement in your business afterwards. I would love to see you at WPPI, so if you're attending, I am teaching a masterclass on Thursday afternoon, that's February 27th, from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m., all about using the power of your story in your business strategy and why it's so important to market with a local focus. So come on out and attend my class. Be sure to sign up if you haven't already, and I look forward to meeting you at WPPI.
Hey, my name is Keith White. I'm a wedding and portrait photographer from Ontario, Canada. I'm going to be doing a photo walk. My code is PW23, and it's called the Mobile Studio, How to Maximize Quality with Minimal Gear. So basically what we'll be going through is teaching you off-camera lighting and different ways to make you stand out from the crowd. So the number one reason, there's not really a number one reason to visit WPPI, but for me, it's being around all of my, iconic photographers that I've learned from throughout the years, Kelby Training and Creative Live and things like that. They're all there. So it's all the top rated photographers of the world are at WPPI, but, more so the print competition, going to the print competition, viewing all the amazing pieces of artwork that people are putting in, is one thing, but being in the room while the judges are commenting on these images is probably one of the, best advantages and the best things about WPPI, to be in that room and to listen to the critiques and to learn from what they're saying, and to be able to apply those to your own photography, is probably one of the greatest assets, that I've been privileged to acquire. So that's what I'll be doing again this year, going to that print comp, learning from the best judges in the world, and then applying those skills for the following years. So hope to see you guys there. Again, it's Keith White, and my photo walk is PW23. And yeah, see you in February.
Hi, Brooke. My name is Cheryl Walsh. I am an educator at WPPI. I am also a triple master with the print competition and now a print competition judge. I just wanted to call and leave a message about why I think going to WPPI is a fantastically great idea, but also the class that I'm teaching this year. So I am teaching with the master printmaker, Eric Joseph. Our class is MC18. It's a master class, and it's called How to Make the Perfect Print for Clients or Competition Every Single Time. It's on Tuesday the 25th at 8 a.m., and I promise you it would be well worth getting up that early to go. My whole life, my whole world as a photographer was changed dramatically when I learned how to print my own work. Digital fine art printing traditionally has been really difficult, and there's no reason for that. We're there now. We have the technology and the education to be able to do it easily and perfectly every single time you hit print. It's an easy 5 steps. You can take all of them or just some of them, and at least if you understand it, you're one step closer to printing your own work. Printing your own work makes you a better photographer. and definitely makes you highly competitive. How many people are printing their own work? That makes you absolutely unique in this industry. So why go to WPPI? That's easy. WPPI it's an encouraging, inviting, welcoming community of photographers. It's a great opportunity to become involved in a community, to feel welcome. I've been going for 15 years now, and I'm quite shy, very shy. And I've always felt from day one that I belonged there, that it was a place where I was looked at as important and welcome. The opportunity to learn, there's so many classes. I've taken classes every year for the 15 years I've been going. I always learn something new. It doesn't matter how long you've been a photographer or how short a period of time you've been a photographer. There's classes for everyone. My best bit of personal advice would be to go to the print competition live judging. I've learned more from that than anything else over the years. So, sitting in a room with 5 different judges, from all over the world, judging hundreds and thousands of prints, images you never would have otherwise gotten to see, and actual physical prints, getting 5 different opinions. I just can't tell you how important that is as the photographer to have access to that kind of feedback, not just on your own work, but on other people's work. So that would be my best tip, would be to go to print competition judging and sit in live and take notes. But anyways, thank you so much for the opportunity, Brooke, and for encouraging people to come. I can't wait to see you all there. Thanks. Bye.
As you can see, there are so many amazing reasons that you should be attending WPPI this year. So I really want to encourage you to get out from behind your computer and come out and meet some of us, talk to us, walk around with the same people that you look up to, get out, have some fun, go to a party, and learn. There are so many things that you can soak up when it comes to WPPI and conferences, and I can't wait to meet you there. So we'll talk soon. Have an amazing rest of your day. Thank you so much for listening to Business Straight Up. I'm so glad that you could join us today. Check out the show notes for this and all of the episodes at businessstraightuppodcast.com. And I can't wait to talk with you again. Have a great day.